On the last video, the opponent asked me a question then that I did not expect.
You seemed to deliberately avoid attacking the face or the neck in that battle. Why? Huh?
I am momentarily at a loss for words. And so, we continue. Hey there guys, LOI Games. I'm back with some more Persona 4 Arena. Where we last left off, Labrys is feeling more and more human, and now we're gonna see what happens onward.
I wish you good luck.
Thank you, Margaret. Once again, I participate in a combat test. Once again, I claim victory without destroying my opponent. I target only her weapons and limbs. I elect not to employ the tactic of targeting the weaknesses in their cranial region. I believe that if they think the same thing as I do, they would not wish for their personality modules to cease functioning. Though even if I do not destroy them, the research staff will remove the plumes of dust. Either way, their functions will be suspended. My actions are difficult to justify, but I find the suspension through destruction is not a worthy end for them. That is what I am thinking when I rationalize it by applying the criteria to myself. I do not think anyone would want their consciousness to be terminated by those like them. I find myself more conscious of the damage I sustain and my efficiency in combat than ever. Depending on my results, I may eventually be ordered to destroy them. To prevent that from happening, I must continue fielding favorable results. It becomes easy to continue fighting with that objective in mind. That is becoming my new objective. I am theoretically being tested on destroying my opponents, but I have begun to fight so that they will not be destroyed. Paradoxically, this has caused my results to improve. Could this be considered going against orders? My strike shatters the servers in the opponent's pivot leg. She falls to the ground unable to stay upright. Her weapon has already been destroyed. She should be incapable of resisting now, but the buzzer signals the end of the test does not sound. As I wonder why, I hear grating metallic sounds from the opponent. She leaps onto me with her one good arm and leg.
What's the matter, number 031? Hurry up and terminate the target.
I do not know what to do. My opponent is acting contrary to her own safety. I grant that this is the only action left to her, but she will destroy herself before inflicting any damage to me. A tactic that puts one's life at risk like that. Putting one's life at risk? What am I saying? We are weapons. We exist to obey orders. We cannot prioritize our self-preservation without a change in those orders. That is why she is challenging me to a fight. She will do so until all of her circuits and servos burn out and she becomes incapable of actions. As she grapples with me, I put my hand on her neck and squeeze. I adjust the grip strength limiters to 70% of the maximum. The opponent's body makes an abnormal sound. After this, I sense the main line of the bridge unit snap in half inside the soft structure. Her movements stop. Her limbs go flaccid, indicating loss of consciousness. I can see my reflection in her optic units. They have lost their focus and look like black holes. I gasp. The face I see reflected in them is not expressionless. How should this expression be classified? I have seen it sometimes when number 024 smiles. His face indicates sadness. The buzzer signals the test ends the buzzer signaling the test end finally rings. The researchers enter the chamber. I am used to this scene by
Now,
now.
that was pretty impressive. You think it's because of the size of her plume? Funny that one little part could make such a difference.
Quite funny.
Indeed. Most of it is due to differences in their tactical mentalities. It may be on the cusp of what we would call an ego.
Considering how everything's been going so far, I'm starting to believe more in persona abilities.
One little part? It is true that the plume of dusk installed in me is comparatively the largest among the units of my type. But does this part determine everything about us? Number 024's smile seems much more human than mine. I find myself opening my mouth to speak, but I realize that the statement I am about to deliver is a protest. I am quick to abort. Was I about to deny the staff's authority? They speak to me. My confusion seems to have gone unnoticed.
Well done, unit number 031. That was an impressive display of destruction. Plus, you cleanly severed its transmitter, leaving the plume of dusk unharmed. That's certainly ending things on a high note.
Ending things on a high note? An act of destruction is a high note? The researchers look at each other while holding the petri dish with the bluish-white plate-like object. One of them says, "This is the one."
All right, number 031. As of today, the test battles are finished.
Huh? It's over?
I cannot help questioning the unexpected statement.
All the results indicate that you have the very highest performance out of all the units of your model.
I'd say we can go ahead and earmark unit number 031 to be the base for developing the 5th generation.
The base.
It means that you're the winner.
The combat tests are over. Will I no longer be required to fight? A strange, intense sensation of relief fills me. It is not because I won and gained a reward. If the tests have ended, those of my unit type that are not yet destroyed can escape that fate. Interesting. It seems that I am reluctant to destroy them after all. My priorities have become inverted. Yet, I am so happy that I smile. Researchers notice this expression as well and smile back.
Okay, we're going to begin the usual review of the feedback. So come over here.
Will do. This still doesn't explain how Labrys got into the TV world in the first place, or even thought that she was human. Well, the feelings, I guess, could confuse her. When the download begins, the memories and thoughts of my recent opponents flow into me along with vivid images. Sifting through battle data has become a routine I have repeated so often that I am barely conscious of it now. I peruse the non-combat memories she preserved. It is the landscape of the outdoor area again. At first I could only vaguely recognize it, but now I can pinpoint exactly where this memory is from. It is near the biggest tree. The memory is of flowers. There are images of a small shot, a budding plant, and a blossoming flower. She must have had an interest in the concept of growth. For we machines, the growth of an individual is an unknown concept, but one of us can take an interest where I had only seen it as a part of the landscape. It seemed that she too had her own thoughts unrelated to our orders and battle performance. she simply did not show it. I recall what number 024 said, my own objective and not an order given to me. The twinge in my chest returns. The twinge is back. I'll make sure to hold tight to your memories. This was the thought that formed in my mind. Once again, it is time to spend time outdoors. Yeah. I quickly meet up with number 024. It seems she was looking for me as well.
Hey, can I talk to you for a while? The lab boys told me today that they were putting the kibosh on the test battles.
I see. It's over then.
Seemingly so.
Look, I've been thinking. If they end up tossing us out soon because of that, I want to go with you to go see that person you were talking about. The one you wanted to meet.
Yes, I remember that.
I might even put in a formal request about it to the lab boys.
Number 024 takes my right hand. Before I can determine her intention, she pulls a cable from her wrist and connects it to the port of my own. She looks at my face in silence. Thinking that she wants to confirm that this tests are in fact over, I nod. But the data that transfers is from her to me. The packets that flow through the cable form a single, very small archive
If you
file.
are still safe when everything is over, open this file.
Number 024 removes the cable, but keeps hold of my
What
hand.
do you mean, when everything is over? How come I can't look at it now?
If I had to answer, I would say because it wouldn't be fair.
Fair?
Fair? She smiles and does not answer. It is the same unsure expression. It is a smile, but there is sadness in
It
it.
would be wonderful if I could go with you to see her.
Her? So this person you're looking forward to meeting is a girl?
Number 024 nods
But
slowly.
it's strange. Even though my wish may not come true, I still feel satisfied for some reason. How bizarre. It's a fervent wish of mine, too.
She looks towards the sky and smiles faintly. This time it contains more than sadness. There are too many emotions for me to parse. All reflected in that one
I
expression.
believe in you. I can tell you this because I trust you. Maybe that's why I feel so at peace.
Is something gonna happen to unit number 024?
Huh?
Maybe. This is what it is to feel alive.
Why is she talking like this? Alive? It has happened again. I do not comprehend the meaning of the word, yet I feel a twinge inside. I look at the sky and attempt to follow her gaze. There's nothing there to hint at her meaning, but I still wanted to get closer to her. She wishes for me to understand. I want to grant her wish. From then on, we spend our time looking up at the sky in silence. Eventually, the signal that time is up reaches our ears. That is when I notice that the moon has appeared from behind the laboratory buildings. I see. I thought that the light emanating from the plumes of dusk reminded me of something. I now know what it is. It is very similar to the light from the moon in the night sky. Place a bookmark here. Well, that was quite a touchy conversation. I think I'll leave it here. Yeah, I'll end it here, guys. Anyway, like and favorite if you enjoyed. Subscribe to become part of the archives, and I will see you all later. Peace out.
It's a wrong road wrong